Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news update and information, including your Maverick information on a Monday for our Maverick Monday video here. And we're going to talk a little bit about, I'm going to timestamp this down below, but we're going to talk about the recall on the 24, what's going on with that. Is it a stop sale? We're going to talk more about that. We'll talk about the 25 model year. They are shipping out. We're going to talk a little more information about that. Expected things are going on there. And if you have one that's sitting, what are your expectations there and what's probably happening? And then number 3, we're going to talk about Vinview. Some people, I did post that video or a clip of that last week, and they're like, what's all that stuff mean? So you know what? I had one of our members gave us permission to use his VIN number to show us and to show you guys exactly what that looks like. So we're going to go through that as well. I don't think anybody else is putting out there, and hopefully I don't get in trouble by posting this, but we'll find out, won't we? Anyway, so timestamps for all those, but let's get started. Don't forget, if you like your Maverick news, you like any other Ford news information, as well as want to join us on our live stream, make sure you're subscribed with that bell notification turned on. All right, part 1 of this. So let's go ahead and talk about the 24 model year, the recall. Is it a stop sale? And I think even in the past, even last week, the week before, I called it a stop sale recall. Technically, that is not right. And I'm incorrect, so I need to correct myself if that's what I've said in the past. It is not a stop sale. Technically, you can purchase a 24 model year Maverick that is under a recall. You just can't take delivery of the vehicle, and you can't demo it first. So all these they should have hang tags on them. You really shouldn't be driving them. You can look at them, you can unlock them, get in them, but you can't drive them, and you can't take delivery of them if you decide you want to purchase those. So there are some dealers out there that are, doing taking delivery. They are not taking delivery. They're doing deals. They're selling the vehicles, and that is not illegal or wrong. They can technically do that. We actually started doing that because we thought the recall was going to be available real quick. And as we started digging and going through the FSA reports on there, we looked at the report on that, and it's saying that the recall may not be available until Q1, that it's not available right now, and it's not available until Q1. And I did check just to make sure before this video, it is not available yet. And hopefully, it comes before Q1. But for us, if we couldn't deliver the vehicle in the month of December, we didn't want to do any deals. So that's why we pulled them off our website. Some dealers didn't do that. If you see some out there on some dealer websites, and that is their choice. That is what they want to do. Just something. This is how we do business, and we just don't want people to have to go through that. So now, if you do, as a dealer, if let's say you do sell one of these, then hopefully you leave them in their trade-in or something to drive. Or, if you are saying, hey, that trade-in is now ours, technically, we want to sell it and we want that, we came you top dollar, whatever, then you better put them in a loaner. Give them something to drive. Don't just, hey, we're going to sell you this Maverick. You can't drive it yet, but we're going to take your trade-in. And they have nothing to drive. The customer needs something to drive. Do the right thing, dealers. Make sure you give them a loaner. So technically, once you sell that vehicle, if it has an open recall that they can't drive, that's in service. You need to give them a service loaner. So give them that service loaner, or keep them in their trade-in. They need to have something to drive, right? So anyway, but what we're doing is we're not selling the vehicles. We don't like that experience. We don't want to have to deal with that or have all these service loaners out. We sell about 40 Mavericks a month, and we don't want all these service loaners. So we're really just not selling them. And there are a lot of dealers that are doing the same thing. So anyway, so that's the information on that, and how there are some people out there that are like, hey, they purchased me, but they won't let me take delivery and all that. What's the real facts on that? Technically, they didn't do anything wrong. They can't sell the vehicle. You just can't take delivery of the vehicle. You can't drive it, basically. All right. Moving on to the second part of the video, and that's talking about the 25 model year. Day after last week's video on the Maverick Monday, on Tuesday, vehicles shipped out. In fact, I think it was overnight that night. They started going out. 25 model years vehicles are shipping out. They're out. We have about, we have like 15 that are in transit. A lot of them are in New Mexico right now on a rail, and they have shipped out. So the Mavericks are shipping out. You're going to start seeing those start showing up at some of the dealers, and like Arizona will be the first one because it comes across the border in Arizona and New Mexico, I think. So those dealers like Arizona and even California will probably see those vehicles start showing up. Now, they started going out last week, So, by the end of this week, sometime this week, they're going to be some of the first deliveries in the country. And it happened before January 1. So you guys, now for us, it takes about 4 weeks for a vehicle once it's shipped out to actually show up at our dealership. So we have some that have ETAs of the 30th. So we might be able to deliver 1 or 2 before the end of the year. But most of them, I think, will be after that. Now, some people are a little frustrated. There are some people that did get produced. Their vehicle got built. It says it's still in production. And then like, does it really take 2 or 3 weeks? And we've talked about this. Hopefully you guys have watched some of my past videos on that. No, it takes 1 day to produce a vehicle. But until they are able to do all the quality checks and say, hey, this one's good to go, then that's when it's released to the course to the shipping company. And at that point, then it'll go switch from in production to in transit status. And for that reason, there's some people that are built, in November, and theirs haven't shipped, but they're people that just had their vehicle built last week and they're already shipped out. And I said that last week that's going to happen, not to get upset. But here's a great example of that as well. In fact, the one that we're going to look at here later in the video, that one there was actually, let me pull it, let me see it here. It actually was built on the 21st of November and still has not shipped yet. So, but we do have several that were built, later. So we have a few that were built in November that are shipped out, but also some others that just got built last week that are, I think, actually the week before, that are shipping out. And so it just makes sense because once they got the okay and since the okay to buy and it's on that assembly line, why go park it to go grab another one and go take it to the shipping company? You can just send it to the next thing and say, you know what, this one's released, it's ready to go. There you go. And so it's a lot easier to do that and they're going to start pulling some out of the lots that are already produced as well. So they're going to be chunks of those. So it'll take a little while to get through everybody. So just be patient on that. I know it's hard. It's hard to be patient. You ordered your vehicle, it's built, and what's going on? You don't have to worry. Some people are concerned that they think there's something wrong with their vehicle because it hasn't shipped since they got the okay to buy. You got to realize how many vehicles are sitting. So within 1 month, they can build about 15,000 Mavericks. 15,000 Mavericks. That's going to take a while. So that means there's probably 10,000 Mavericks that are sitting, trying to get shipped out. Just give them some time. Okay. So it's going to happen and that'll happen. Now you got to say this has actually happened for other models too. So F-150 was not it's not a refresh year for F-150. Those haven't shipped out either. We have a bunch of them that are built in Dearborn and they started production the same week as the Maverick did. And those haven't shipped out yet either. So we're hoping those will ship out soon as well. But just so you know, this is Mavericks that aren't the only vehicle that this is happening to. Anytime there's a new model year, there is some time to check the quality and everything of those vehicles. So like we talked about last week, there is that your limited production, and then there's the start of full production. This is part of that, of checking those vehicles over, not only on the production line of things, but also when it's the finished product, of making sure that it's 100% good to go. So you don't want yours built and then find out there's something wrong with your vehicle when it shows up, right? So anyway, that's enough of that. Now let's get into the third part of what I want to talk about, and that's the Vinview. So let's see if we can pull this up and highlight this. So this is actually one of our orders, our Maverick orders from one of our members, Zoom Jr. Anyway, this is his vehicle. And so this basically under this first section here, when you go to search it, any dealer can do this. Only dealers have access to this. So I had some people ask that and say, well, how do I get access to that? You don't. You have to be a dealer. You have to have a dealer login. You can see McArthur. We have access to this. This is our orders. Now we can see vehicles that are built for us. We're the selling dealer, as well as ones that are coming in for us. So if it's a drop ship, we can see those vehicles. So if we are the final destination or we're the selling dealer, then we can see the vehicles. I can't see any other dealers. So this in here, this first column is kind of the VIN information here. So your VIN, of course, your make, model, it's a retail purchase type, the order number, and you're seeing this red flag saying non-shippable. So it hasn't been checked over yet. All right. Next thing is the last thing that happened. the last milestone is what they call it. So this is the last thing that we did see. So it says plant return from mod. So that went to the mod shop, and that means it got maybe a spray and bed liner put in, a bed cover, something like that put on there. And so that has been released to them. Now this here is saying that it has been returned to them. So it's at the plant return from mod. So, and then that actually has a date and time that happened. And then the last update, this is basically the last thing that was updated. So this is the date this last milestone happened. So some of the milestones that you're going to probably see is that it's been produced, that it's been released to the mod center, it's returned from the mod center, it's been produced to released status, or that like, hey, it's been produced and we're ready to release it. So that one as well. And then once it's actually been released over to the shipping companies. So that will be another milestone as well as it being shipped and actually going out. So you'll see different milestones. So the last time basically this is moved in a sense was on 11/21 at almost midnight, right? And then the last update we have on it is the 3rd of December, when we just know that it's, hey, it's sitting at the plant right now. It's at Hermosillo Assembly Plant, AP. So it's been setting there. So that's compound is they're all numbered 54. All right, the origin, that's where it started, is at the plant, and then final destination shows Lone McArthur. Now, if you do a drop ship where you can have a vehicle made from a dealer, but you don't live close to that dealer, you can have a drop shipped at another dealer, then that dealer would be the destination details right there. So now if I click into this, you can learn a little bit more, including there's a nice little map here that shows where it's at. And if it's on the rail, it'll actually show it where it's going. So you can see here, it's going to start here in Hermosillo. For us, it's going to go up into Arizona. Now you can see why Arizona is the first deliveries, is typically right there. California is right there as well. So you see that. New Mexico, a lot of our vehicles are actually in New Mexico, which I think they go over the border here to Nogales. They go onto a U.S. shipping car, and then from there, they start heading towards us up here in Kansas or over here. It'll actually go for us. It'll go to Kansas City and then come back to us. So basically, once that's on a rail, it'll head towards your nearest major city. Typically, for us, it's Kansas City, a major hub for the depot. Ours will go that way. In fact, ours will go through. We have a bunch of them that are as of last night, we're in New Mexico, probably somewhere around here. And so they're heading their way across. In fact, what's really funny is we actually have a rail that goes right south of us. Our vehicles will go on the rail right past this into Topeka and into Kansas City, and they'll get on the rail at Kansas City, and then they'll go on a convoy from Kansas City to our dealership right over in here. So that's typically how that works. Other big cities is the same way. Whether I don't know, St. Louis, if you're, somewhere around here, it'll go on the rail to St. Louis, come off the rail, and then it'll go on a convoy close to you. So you see that happen on some others. People in Ohio, they were talking about it. Theirs as well. So Ohio, it's past. So some people say, oh, I'm in Ohio, I'm close. And I'm like, no, you're actually got to go clear through all these other towns. So that's why a lot of them that depending on what vehicle line and where the plan is on how quickly you can get your vehicle. You can imagine people that live in Detroit, vehicles that are being built in Detroit, and they live in Michigan, they're getting the vehicles first, right? Within a week or less than when it was made, right? If you're out of Bronco, something like that. Hey, if you're looking at an Explorer, you're built in Chicago, guess what? Those Illinois dealers are going to get theirs first. So that's kind of how that works. But so that's kind of the map. But also you can go down here to updates. So on the updates, you kind of see your updates of what's going on with the vehicle. So here's where the plant trim line start was. So they started building it. And this is a great information to show you just how fast this is done. So it was built on the 21st, and actual production, actually trim line start, they get it ready. I think that's basically getting all the parts ready and that kind of stuff. That happened at 1:54 Central Time on the 21st. And then, which is kind of funny, that's AM, right? So it's not building it yet. And then the actual production date is at this time. So about 1 o'clock on 1:30 on the 21st is when they actually started building the vehicle. And then it was built and released to the mod center. So you can see it took them an hour and a half to build this vehicle, and that's it. So at 1:50 or at 3 o'clock it was sent to the mod center, right? And then they added the mods, and it was returned from the mod center later. So about 6 hours to get to the mod center, get all the mods put on, and then brought back to the plant. And that's where it's at. So then now we're sitting at that produced to released forecast happened right on the next day. They basically said, okay, we're done with it. It's produced, right? And then as you can see down here, now we have a quality hold check right down there. So that's all our updates that we have. Now, once that vehicle has been put on the rail, given over to the shipping company to released, then we'll have an actual date, and then it'll move from the in production status to the in transit status of the vehicle. So we're looking right here. Everything under here is still under the production status. In fact, if we go to the trip plan, you can kind of see what the goal is on everything. Delivery to the dealership, it hits Kansas City, right? That's the convoy. So you can see that gets on a truck. They call it a truck. It's a convoy. It's going to go on a rail from Hermosillo to Kansas City, and then on a truck from Kansas City to us. And then, of course, it's going to go on a truck from Hermosillo to the rail. And then, yeah. So anyway, you can kind of see that kind of stuff right there. So from the plant to their different places. So that's kind of the idea trip plan there. There's some other information as well. I won't get into all that. Sometimes if a vehicle is not in production yet, but it's on order, I can go to the order details, and there's a lot of stuff in here, but I can go to the bottom, and it actually shows you when the production date is planned for. So this in here was planned for 11/21, and it also shows you right there of the production date. That's when it was. Whenever you see yours is sent to the plant or whatever, that's usually a day ahead of time. So you can kind of see what that was right there. So anyway, so hopefully that kind of helps you out, understand that a little bit better. But again, the only dealers have access to that. If you contact your dealers, if they're a really good dealer, they might show you some screenshots or share that information with you. And that's always out their leisure. They don't have to. This is only dealer access. They may say, hey, I can't show you that or whatever. And maybe I wasn't supposed to show you this either, but I wanted to kind of clue you in because some people asked about that. So there you go. And again, only dealer access for that as well. So, all right. Hopefully that's all I have. That's all I have for this week. Vehicles are starting to ship out. Can't wait to start seeing those show up. Go to Maverick Truck Club. People are going to probably start showing their pictures of their vehicles arriving. So pretty excited about that. And yeah, so pretty good stuff. We're getting close, folks. We'll have some deliveries this month, and then a lot of people be taking delivery in January for their Mavericks that have been produced in November. Be patient with yours. I know it's hard, but just because yours hasn't been shipped out yet doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. So you should be good to go. So, all right, that's all I have for this week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and our series. Don't know if we're going to do a Maverick Monday next week. It'll be the 23rd. Or the 30th. So we'll just see how things play out. If there's some news for you, we'll do a video, or if you give me something fun you want me to cover, then I'll cover that as well. And then until the next video, hopefully you guys check us out tomorrow night, because we're going to talk about different things that we highlighted for the year, our year in review for our live stream. And we're going to have a lot of fun of different events we went to, and we'll talk about the embargoed Maverick event, which was the very first media event we were invited to as a channel. So we can talk about that, as well as future plans for 2025 at different events we're going to go to. We'll have a lot of fun, and of course take anybody's questions live, no matter what it's regarding, whether it be production, questions about scheduling, anything like that, on tomorrow night's live stream. So come on over and check it out. 7 p.m. Central Time, Tuesday night on this channel. And thank you for being watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until the next video, stay positive, be kind to one another, but be kind to yourself, and we'll see you on the next video.